All right, welcome everybody. Did I watch the State of the Union? No, no. I stopped watching the State of the Union addresses long time ago. Learned my lesson. I don't like the dog and pony shows. I don't like them. Just everything that it surrounds it makes my skin crawl. From the politicians that get there, like they're showing up to a Taylor Swift concert, trying to get tickets early, so they can be caught on camera when all of the president and the dignitaries walk in. Like George Santos. George Santos made sure he was there really, really early so he could be in that aisle so the cameras can get him when he was walking through. It just, again, everything that just makes me want to throw up in my mouth kind of comes together in the State of the Union. It is a dog and pony show. It's a dog and pony show, is what it is. More often than not, it is a collection of either very bad or dead on arrival ideas, things that are not going to happen. Give you a story. Again, I've told a story before. I know on the radio show. I don't know about the podcast. I learned a lot. Everything I really needed to learn about politics, I learned in the 6th grade. Mr. Lawrence's social studies civics class. Every semester, we would have class elections where you had to, class would vote on a president, vice president, treasurer, a myriad of things. And we had to come up with our own campaign posters and our platform and whatever it may be. I won one semester, but the first time I ran, I lost. I lost to she was cute. It was a cute girl in my 6th grade class. But she, her campaign, what she was using was part of her platform, was that the class, we as a class, should go to Disney World over spring break as a trip as class. I had nothing there. I was, more about having a picnic with a softball game, co-ed and all that, playing against the teachers. One Disney World. What are you going to do? So I lost. And again, just want to remind everybody, I grew up in upstate New York and went to a public school. There wasn't a shot in hell we were going to Disney World. Didn't make any difference, did it? Again, you can learn a lot about politics back in 6th grade. Anyway, I was doing some searches. I didn't go do the Chat GPT thing yet, or the new Bing search engine, but I looked around. I was trying to find an article or a column which was a collection of the stupid ideas that were thrown, some of the shit that's been thrown on the wall over the years at State of the Union addresses. And, I could find it about, certain speeches here and there. There was one that Obama gave in 2009, and you take a look at the promises that he was making in regards to all of his green initiatives. Just patently absurd crap. I mean, there'll be all fossil fuels by 2035. I just one dumb thing after another. I remember George W. Bush. I had that speech, which was great. Do you remember his Axis of Evil speech? His Axis of Evil in North Korea, Iran, and Iraq. Yeah. Hey, George, that speech was in 2002. You do realize that the planes that were crashing into our buildings and killing our people, they were flown by Saudis, my friend. No. I don't let that bother. We were too busy trying to take out Saddam. Anyway, and remember some of that stuff that Bush used to put out there as well. I just can't remember the algae and switchgrass energy that he was going to come up with. Magic. Yeah, they throw a lot out there, and it's not going to stick. I mean, I was listening to, and again, did I watch a speech? No. It's much more quicker to kind of skim and peruse what was said, and ideas that are not going to fly. Okay, guys, you donkeys pitched a wealth tax, and Elizabeth Warren got that ball rolling, and you couldn't get it through. And I got to listen to that schmuck Jared Bernstein this morning on CNBC. Well, you know, it's the one thing in Washington is that you'll find a way. You're not getting your freaking wealth tax, man. It's not happening. I mean, maybe. I mean, if you get you win the next election and you get a ton of far left wingers in there, you might get it. But, there's going to be a mass exodus. You want to talk about all the passports that are going to be turned in at American embassies around the globe? Have at it. Have at it. I don't think they want it. The entire concept behind it is so stupid. Oh, well, it's kind of like prepaying your capital gains tax. But then, the stock goes down next year. Well, then we'll give you a credit. Honestly, can you make the tax code any more complicated? Could you? Anyway, this is Wall Street Journal today. President Biden used his State of the Union address to try to sell Americans on his economic agenda and called for renewed bipartisanship. But his appeals for unity were punctuated by Republican lawmakers' loud objections to his remarks. I'll be quite honest with you, I don't like any of that either. I really don't. You see, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you see her standing up, pointing her finger, looking like she's gone psycho, or she's at an SEC college football game. You're in Congress. Is this how you behave? I'm sorry. I mean, I don't agree with that type of conduct. I really don't. It's just, sorry. I mean, you probably have some people disagree with me. Not the time or the place. Sometimes you got to rise above these things. You want to come on after the fact. You get your people and you get yourself in front of cameras, and you want to rip apart and take apart what the president had proposed. Do it that way. Write an op-ed for the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. Go on programs. I get that, but jumping up and down and raving like a lunatic it's obscene. See, I'm a Yankee fan. I go to Yankee Red Sox games. I haven't been to one in a while, but like I said, I'm not booing. Okay, yeah. Do I cheer my team on? Yeah, but stupid. Anyway. President sought to explain to the public how they stand to benefit from the trillions of dollars in spending Mr. Biden helped shepherd through Congress, including a wide range infrastructure bill, climate, healthcare, prescription drug tax package, and a measure to boost U.S. semiconductor manufacturing. He argued that his policies have helped the U.S. economy recover from COVID-19. And again, you can't say that he didn't get stuff done. You may not agree with the stuff. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he put through. But Democrats, they get things done when it comes to legislation and their policies. Republicans can't get out of their own way. Okay, we got the Trump tax cuts. Got that, which again was a step in the right direction. Repeal and replace Obamacare. No, it just they can't get out of their own way. They can't. Every single time, and you get even when you have the majority, you have Congress, you screw it up. You screw it up, whether it be when George W. Bush first came in, or when he was reelected in 2004. They couldn't get a damn thing done. Okay, always fighting Saddam. We're busy doing that. That was great. Again, you're gonna see the polls out there. What did you think of the State of the Union? What did the American people think? 72% of the people approved of his speech. If everything is going so swimmingly in this country, Biden's approval ratings wouldn't be at 43%. It's just that simple. 72% approve of his speech. Yeah, in the same way that more of my classmates back in sixth grade approved of, my competitors, that her platform. They did. She won. Again, is any of these things going to go through? This speech will be forgotten in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it'll be gone. It'll be gone. Again, this is made for TV type stuff. It allows for the 24-hour networks to, talk a lot. It allows for talk radio shows out there to talk, gives them material, is what it does. The first State of the Union, Thomas Jefferson, I guess he had stage fright. He just, it was written and he dropped it off at Congress. That's all it really needed, right? Biden could have just, hey, here you go. Okay. Here you go. But no. We got to have a show. And they all do it. I mean, why was Bono there? I can't even remember. Bono was there. Trump, I remember having Rush Limbaugh there. I remember when George W. Bush had Karzai. Remember Karzai from Afghanistan? Oh, he looks so distinguished in his Afghani clothes. He was a freaking idiot and a crook, for crying out loud. Come on, man. Come on, people. Again. At some point in time, you got to see the Matrix. Okay? You got to see the world for what it is. Anyway, Jerome Powell gave a speech yesterday, and after his speech, the markets, it was risk on. Markets went up, saying that the labor market, is still tight, and it's going to take longer to bring it down. But again, you've got guys that are left of center economic journalists that are coming over to my side. Okay. You got Steve Leisman over at CNBC, begging the question yesterday, maybe the Fed can't do anything about wage inflation. No shit, man. No shit, Sherlock. They can't. Now, maybe they're doing the wrong thing. Gee, holy shnikes. Steve, I know you're going to hang out with these people, but you can, sign up for my podcast, my website, or, iTunes, or whatever it may be. We've gone over this already. As far as lending standards are concerned, we're already starting to see tighter credit. Tighter credit was going to drive slower spending, reduction of risk. You've got right now banks assessing the probability of a recession between 40 to 80% over the next 12 months. No bank reports a probability less than 20%. Now, again, based upon the Dodd-Frank rules and reserves against loan losses, they're going to do this. No one wants this. No one wants a bad situation to come out and to say, "Hey, we didn't get it right." No big deal. I mean, they'll be fine. Okay, these are banks because a large part of their business is CYA. Cover your ass. Cover your ass. That's what they're doing right now. So again, this points to money coming out, not going to businesses. Slowing of the economy. Well, look at that. We talked about this here on the program. I've cracked jokes about it. I was thinking about it. Remember great cartoons back in the day when cartoons were cartoons. Looney Tunes. Remember Foghorn Leghorn? I'll say, boy. Well, again, Jerome Powell went out and hired Foghorn Leghorn to go out and deal with the avian flu and direct all the chickens out there. I say, boy, you better put that mask on. Yes, the avian flu is winding down. It's winding down. I mean, they still killed how many? 50. What are the numbers here? Holy shnikey. They killed off a lot of chickens. Anyway, the prices of eggs are starting to come down. How about that? That's great. Like I said, I eat a lot of eggs. Been dealing with. It's going to take a little time to obviously work its way into the various different retailers out there, but it's coming down. It's coming down. Millions of birds. Yeah, wait, here it is. Here it is. Highly pathogenic avian influenza killed 58 million birds. That the prior record was 50 million birds back in 2015. It's a lot of chickens. Okay, Zoom. I had a Zoom call this morning. I utilize Zoom. I get invited to Zoom. I don't pay for it. I use it. I mean, certain businesses obviously have enterprise and they paying for it because they use it, but I'm usually participating when somebody's trying to pitch me something or explain something, whatever it may be. But Zoom announced plans to cut about 1,300 workers, 1,300 workers. That's a lot of workers. Think about it, right? 1,300 workers. That's 15% of its workforce. And I'm thinking to myself, what were these people doing at Zoom? What were they doing at Zoom that was so important that where you needed to hire this many people and that you can let that many people go? I mean, it's a freaking website, man, where you can talk to one another over it. I mean, I would think that, you get the code down to some degree. You obviously got to have people maintain it. I mean, the thing pretty much runs itself. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the rotisserie chicken thing, the set it and forget it, but I mean, come on already. What did you need all of these workers for? I'm again, inquiring minds want to know. And I couldn't find anything in the statement from the CEO. But man, the people that are getting laid off, 60, that's a bit. I mean, again, 16 weeks of salary and health care coverage. The CEO, don't worry, he's going to lower his salary by 98%, and he's foregoing his bonus. He says, I am accountable for these mistakes and the actions we take today. I want to show accountability, not just in words, but in my own actions. I mean, yeah, you made a mistake for shareholders. You wasted shareholder money is what you did. I mean, you had these people working here making all sorts of money with really nothing to do. I mean, hey, it's like the Soprano no-show job. He's got Paulie Walnuts outside a place. He's sitting there with the mirror trying to get a better tan. Anyway, I had to share this. This is another big, fat, huge see I told you so moment. Marijuana advocates told us that legalizing the drug would curb the black market. Yep. Advocates and experts, top men. It's the smarty pants people, the people that know more than you and I, the ones that probably went to an Ivy League school and don't know shit. Yeah. What's happened is exactly what we told you was going to happen. The price of legal marijuana, government marijuana, the price of government marijuana is more expensive than black market marijuana. So, you've been a long time pot smoker, you live in, California, and you've had your supplier dealer there for years and really pays attention to that law. You're going to stop buying from that guy and spend more to go to the government dispensary? No. And that's exactly what happened. California voters in a 2016 approved ballot measure allowing the cultivation, sale, and possession of pot for recreational use. Marijuana is classified as a Schedule I drug under the Federal Controlled Substance Acts, which means it has a high potential for abuse and is illegal to possess, manufacture, and sell under federal law. But Big Pot persuaded state lawmakers and voters in 21 states that the drug is no greater danger to public health than alcohol, and legalizing it for recreational use within their borders will boost jobs and tax revenue. Well, California was part of this. High taxes and regulation have made it harder for state licensed businesses to make money. Significantly higher prices in the state regulated market have led to a boom in the black market controlled by drug cartels, which has led to violence and water theft. Again, if go back maybe 8 to 10 years when this was really starting to get cooking, we went over this. Yeah, this is I don't know, it should be Econ 101 for crying out loud. It really is. Anyway, Holman Jenkins piece. We talked about the balloon yesterday. Do a little bit more here today. He said the same thing. I think it's ridiculous that we're not meeting with the Chinese after this balloon incident. I really do. I think that makes us look weak. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm not going to go. I'm sorry. It's funny. I don't know, these diplomats, these people in Washington, they've got some sort of freaking, protocol playbook that they have to go to. Wasn't that a movie with Goldie Hawn, 1980s? It was Protocol was the name of the movie. It's like, this is the rules that you have to, then we're gonna save face, can't do that. What are you talking about? I think you want to keep the lines of communication open, especially after something like this. I mean, if I was a secretary, say I'm president, I said, I want to go read these guys a riot act a little bit, give them a piece of my mind. Well, that might make us look weak on the world stage. Oh, shut the hell up. Anyway, Holman Jenkins makes a really interesting point. It wasn't too long ago where we had countless stories of UFOs all over the country. UFO sighting, blah, 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 and all these stories out there, Wall Street Journal, New York Times. Now, Holman seems to think that, again, this is just the government trying to tell us that, distract us from the fact that got Chinese drones, balloons, all these things that are out and about, and they've been doing it for a while. Ken, you can't trust anything our government is telling you at any point in time. You just can't. They've proven themselves to be liars again and again and again and again and again. Again, think about this spy balloon thing, which has gotten a lot of people's underwear in a bunch. I get it. But all you people that are freaking out, let me ask you a question. Wasn't that long ago? Say about 13 years ago, 12, 13 years ago. Remember when we got caught? We got caught reading the emails and getting the search history of Angela Merkel and world leaders from all over the globe. Yeah, it was part of the whole Snowden release there. And yeah, we're all sorts of, this is what spies do, is they spy. It's what they do. You don't think that we're doing the exact same thing? The exact same thing. Maybe not sending balloons over, but you don't think that we have our tactics of trying to gather information? Are you serious? And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have shot this thing down. Okay, fine. Again, I would have done it a little bit earlier in its path, quite frankly, than after it went over the country. But anyway, I understand not doing it over the country because of the potential danger, but you could have done it ahead of time. Anyway, you actually, you think about this and, what goes on, and it's the hypocrisy it knows no bounds. It knows no bounds. I mean, what do you think goes on at, I call it the State Department Greek system around the globe, embassies? There's freaking spies had it. CIA's had it. Every country knows it. You ever go by the Chinese embassy on the west side. It's right near the Intrepid, west side of Manhattan. I mean, Canberra, that place looks like a fortress. That looks like something out of a James Bond movie. They were famous, the Iraqi mission, Saddam, back when Saddam was in charge. So you had rooms where, if you were against Saddam, they would pull you off the street, then you might not come out. Anyway, Spies. The song by, a good song by Coldplay. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. All right, let's talk a little bit about, because again, this was part of the State of the Union, and some of the just utterly ridiculous, stupid things that were said yesterday. One of which is that we are going to be off fossil fuels in 10 years. Just shut up, man. Come on. Michael Colio, you're insulting my intelligence. We're not going to be off fossil fuels in 10 years. Are you nuts? Here's two stories. Okay, here's the first one. India, largest population on the planet. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi projected that the country's gas demand would rise 500% due to the rapid pace of development, while its share of global oil demand would more than double. Yeah. Their share in global oil demand will increase from 5% to 11%, and then it's just going to continue to go up. So Greta, and all of Greta's followers out there, are you suggesting that we tell India, sorry, you're not allowed to pull your country and certain people, you're not allowed to pull them out of poverty and increase the standard of living of all these people? Is that what you're saying? You think your flipping windmills are going to solve it? You think your solar panels are going to solve their energy issues? No. Again, it's all horse manure. Even had BP come out, announced that it's going to be revising its emission targets in order to produce more oil and gas to meet global demand. They aim to cut emissions by 35 to 40% by 2030. It's now targeting a 20 to 30% decrease. And again, all of this demand for energy, you would think that all sources would be doing really, really well. The greenies dream of clean, except for millions of dead birds, energy from wind farms is dying in the face of poor economics, even with all of the handouts and tax subsidies and bullshit that's thrown at it. The big players in constructing wind turbines are facing massive losses and write-downs and canceling big offshore wind projects. Brace yourself for demands for even more subsidies to the failing industry. Green energy subsidiary German electrical equipment giant Siemens reported Thursday that it lost, I think we reported this last week, $1 billion in the last quarter. The German-based company, which dubs itself as the global leader in offshore power generation, noted the wind industry has faced various unfavorable pressures, leading to negative growth in recent months and years. Negative pressures. What negative? They're not saying what it is. They're saying though that the government has to further assist the industry to ensure positive future growth. I'll tell you what the negative things is. It's too expensive. It's not worth it. Doesn't work. It's like saying, it's a real negative out there that, I'm not able to defy gravity and fly, but, I don't know, maybe the government could subsidize my efforts to fly and maybe it'll work out. I mean, again, you're insulting our intelligence, you wouldn't be in this business. You wouldn't be doing it unless there were government handouts. Could you imagine what the losses were without the government handouts? It was a dumb idea from the get-go, but that's what we do. We double down, we triple down on dumb ideas. Anyway, and again, you think about it as well. You go back to Al Gore. He went on this ridiculous diatribe at the World Economic Forum. He talks about how CO2 emissions have continued to climb. They show no sign of being affected by climate policy. Okay, Al, I'm going to take your word on that. Haven't you been running this show for a long time? Haven't you allocated, forced the allocation of trillions of dollars? And you're saying the trillions of dollars that have spent haven't done a darn thing? You see, my friend, Al, and all of you greenies out there, that is the definition of stupidity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. Don't be stupid. Anyway, have a great day. WatchDog on WallStreet.com. WatchDog on WallStreet.com. We'll see you.